Okay.
Alright, Kim folks, so now I'm gonna remove this cover. This is where the belt is, and I'm gonna take this cover off, check the belt, and just inspect it and clean it all out. We gotta remove this hose here, your vent tube, from the front and from the rear. Actually, I don't have to remove it from the rear. I might not have to remove it from the front either. So I'm gonna try just to undo all these bolts, and it goes all the way around underneath as well. We'll take that off, and then if I gotta take this off, I will. But I am gonna go back and recheck these, make sure they're all tight, they're not leaking. All right, let's do that. I forgot to record this, but I already took the cover off, man, and it wasn't bad at all. I just blew it out real quick, washed the cover off on the inside and everything, and now I'm going back, tightening it all down. And there's specific order you got to tighten it down in, and a specific torque specs. So make sure you follow your manual, and that's what I'm doing now. So we'll be done with that. All right, folks. So what I'm doing now is, as you can see, all this sand in the air box. So I am taking this off, which I had to undo 2 bolts right here. They went here, and then the hose, which is down here. I just loosened these clamps, and it comes right off. Thing's nasty. And that should be it. I should be able to pull it right off of there. I need to cut this zip tie though. It's holding this little vent tube on. Alright, y'all, so I ended up not being able to take this off because I think the intake tube goes in back here and shoots that way, and I'd have to rip this whole thing apart, and I don't feel like doing that. So all I did was clean it out. I got all the sand out and shit, and then cleaned. There was a bunch of oil in here, so I cleaned that out and cleaned the tube that I took off. I cleaned that out because there was a bunch of sand in there as well, so I got that all cleaned also. So now I'm just gonna put the I'm waiting for the air filter to dry, because I ended up cleaning that. We'll put that back on, and that'll be it for this section. I still haven't even gotten to the motor yet.
And it's like what, 3 o'clock?
It's been a long damn day though. A long day. Be back in a little.
That's what you get for drowning this shit.
Yeah. Alright, Kim folk. So now I'm getting to the point. I pulled the fuel filter, and then I ended up running some parts cleaner in the oil field in the motor. I didn't run it in there. I pulled the drain plug, poured it through the filler, and just let it pour it out to try to clean some of that stuff out. What I'm going to do now though is I got this from a reputable off-road shop, right? So what I'm doing is they told me to go ahead and do 2 flushes with the ATF and a filter. So I'll fill up the motor with automatic transmission fluid and run it for about 5-10 minutes, drain it, run it again. I fill it up again with another, this takes 2 3/4 quarts of oil, so I'll run it again with transmission fluid again, ATF, and then change the filter, and then I'll do 2 flushes with cheaper oil. I'll do it the same way, fill it up, run it for about 10 minutes, drain it, run it again about 10 minutes, fill it back up, run it again about 10 minutes, drain it again. Change the filter, and then I'll fill it up, do 1 ride, put cheap oil in there again, and then change the filter 1 more time, and then run. Hopefully by then it'll be coming out clean. The oil will be coming out clean with no water in it, and then I'll fill it up with the good oil. But what I am going to do though, instead of running 2 flushes with ATF, I'm going to use. I am going to do ATF, but I'm only going to do a quart of this, or 1 3/4, and then a quart of Marvel Mystery Oil. Supposedly this stuff here, man, is really good. It's supposed to absorb all the water and stuff out of the motor. So I'm gonna try it and see. Hopefully that helps it clean it a lot quicker. So I got 2 quarts of this. So instead of doing the 2 flushes with the ATF, I'm gonna do 2 flushes with a 1 3/4 of the transmission fluid, and then a quart of the Marvel Mystery Oil. So I'll do that 2 times, and then I'll change the filter. And then I'll come back in, and I just got cheap synthetic. You always want to run full synthetic though, is what they say in these things. So this is what I'll be using for the 2 flushes of the oil. And then I went with Rotella T6 5-weight 40 oil, and this is the good oil here. So this is a synthetic extreme temperature oil, and this is what they told me that they use at that shop. So that's what I'm gonna be using. The first flush, I'm gonna try to use the old filter. I took it out of there, and it was of course caked with that oil and shit. But I cleaned it out. I used some brake cleaner, man, just to clean it out real quick. And I'm trying to get what's a little bit left in there out. And I think I'm gonna use this one for the first couple flushes, and then I'll go to using the brand new ones after that. So I think it'll work. I'm not sure. I'm gonna try it, see what happens. I would suggest using a new filter first, doing it, and then starting from there. So I only got 3 filters. So that's what I'm gonna do now. And then what I'll do is I'll get back with y'all, and hopefully on the last drain, what I'll do is on the last drain, I will show y'all what it looks like coming out of there. And hopefully it'll be clean. We'll be able to fill it up with the good stuff. Should be ready to rock and roll. And I still gotta fill the gearbox, the transmission. But I gotta try to find a hose, because the way it is, the bottle's gotta be way up here, and then your hose has gotta go into the fill hole. So, all right, I'm gonna get after it. All right, Kim folks, so now it's gotten dark on us already, so it's like
7:30.
7:30. I put a new filter in, put the Marvel mystery oil, 1 quart, 1 quart transmission fluid, or 1 quart and 3/4 or whatever to fill it, get it full. The first time we ran it for 5 minutes, and then I just I drained that fluid, put another quart Marvel mystery oil, and then transmission fluid, and we ran that for 7 minutes. Now I'm gonna go ahead and pull the filter. I'm draining it now. I'm gonna pull the filter, put a new filter in, and then we'll start running the cheaper oil, and then do the same thing with that a couple times. So that's where we're at, and it's cranking up just fine. I don't hear no knocking in the motor. I don't hear anything abnormal. A little bit out of the exhaust, but I think there's still water coming out of the exhaust as well. So hopefully that'll dry up. But yeah, I think we're on the right track. All right, Kim folks. So as you can tell, today is the next day, and yesterday just got too late, man. And but I did do the second oil change with the cheap oil, and I've still got that in there right now. So what I did is I rode it last night after I flushed it one time with the regular oil, put new oil in there as far as the cheap oil, and rode it around. The only thing it was doing was smoking really bad. It's kind of smoking a little bit here, but I just cranked it up. So I'm gonna let it run for about 10 minutes, get that oil circulating again, and then I'll come back. The oil actually looks good. I checked it on the dipstick, and it's really clean looking, so I'm hoping we're good with that. But I'm gonna run it for 10 minutes, get the oil nice and warm, and then drain it again, and then this will be the final filter, new filter, and then the good oil. And then that'll be done as far as for the motor. Like I said, the only thing that's concerning me is it's smoking really bad out of this left side exhaust. Let me see if I can show y'all. Hang on. Hopefully that shit burns off, man, and we don't have nothing to worry about. So I am gonna do today, recheck the transmission fluid. I actually bought a pump to get that transmission fluid in there. Let me show y'all what I got just in case you need to do from AutoZone, and that way it's easier to fill it up. Yesterday we had hell trying to fill that transmission back up, so luckily I had the wife there with me helping me out. But this should make it a whole lot easier. And then I'm gonna go ahead and change the rear differential and the front as well today. So get everything changed, all the fluid to be done, air filters clean. That should be it. Fuel tank's good, so yeah. So we'll get done with this, and then I'll come back and I'll show y'all what the oil looks like after I get done when I go to drain it. All right, Kim folks. So I'm gonna go ahead. We did the last oil change. I ran it for a couple minutes just to get the oil flowing through. So let's check to see what the oil looks like. And that's what it looks like. Looks like I'm low, so I'm gonna add a little more, but look how clean that is. Just beautiful. So yeah, hopefully that did it. So I'm gonna fill it up, and then we did the transmission fluid last night. and I pulled the fill plug to check it again, since I got that new little siphon thing, pump. And when I pulled the fill plug, it started to come out, and it looked milky. So even though we drained it yesterday, I'm draining it again, and we're gonna fill it back up. Hopefully I get rid of that. And then I still gotta do the differential. So, all right, I'm gonna top her off, and then we'll move on to the next. All right, y'all. So, getting this drain plug is a bitch. But look, that's the fill plug. And because it's full of water, look what that shit looks like. Looks like fucking a milkshake. So, yeah, it was pouring out of the fill plug. And I'm still trying to get the drain plug, which is really hard to get to because you can't, there's only a little hole in here and the frame's in the way. So I had to work it here, and then I had to come back to the top like this. Careful. And work it like this as well. So yeah, it's been hard. But I'm gonna get it drained out, and then we'll get it filled back up. So see y'all in a little bit. All right, y'all. So I figured out the winter chicken dinner to put this plug back in, because it was a lot harder to put it in than it was to take it out. But I mean, it was hard to take out too. But what I did is, let's see if I can. Oh God. I used a long extension on a 1/4 inch drive, and then I used a swivel as well, and then cut an Allen wrench, stuck it in a socket, electrical tape, because electrical tape is your friend, and it made it so much easier. I got it off in there, so it's basically like this, and so there you go. Tip of the day.
But whose idea was it though?
And my dad's.
Trying to take credit for it.
Alright, folks, so we are finished, man. Done with the whole buggy. Now the rear end, because it has so much sludge in there, I think what I'll do is we'll ride it, do another ride, and then after that ride, I'm gonna change that differential fluid again. So that way, try to get all that crap out of there. But I just rode it to the gas station, filled it up with gas, put some fuel stabilizer in it, some cleaner, and she's running good. So I hope that's it. So I hope this helps some of y'all, man. And make sure you hit that subscribe button and like button, and share with all your friends. And so yeah, I'll do another update video later on here or wherever, and just let y'all know if it's still good. So we'll take it out, like I said, we'll take it out on a ride. I'll come back, check the oil again, check the differential, or change the differential, and then the rear, because the front did not have any sludge in it. The front was clean, but I went ahead and changed it anyway. And yeah, so if you got a 2013 Can-Am Maverick 1000R and you swamp it, that's what you do to try to get it back on the road. Yeah. So, till next time, kinfolk, I hope y'all enjoyed it. Much love, much respect. Knuckles out.